Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. It's a beautiful day here in Cincinnati, March 8th. It's freezing cold now. Not sure what to expect, what spring is going to bring, but I know what we have on tap today, Anthem Part 2, and it's a little of everything. It's going to be a discussion on the ACA, and we're going to also talk on Agent Connect, and then we'll open it up to your questions at the end of the presentation. This will be a bit shorter today. I think we'll be done by 10:05, something like that. So, by all means, you know the drill. If you got a question, you put it in the question box at the right and put, you don't have to, wait to the end to enter your question. You can do it throughout. And, but we'll try to get to the bulk of the questions at the end of the presentation. And Eric Pouncey Jr. and myself for the dynamic duo of the individual market here in Cincinnati and Cornerstone in general. And Cornerstone is the largest wholesaler for individual and group products in Ohio. And you can follow us on social media. You can subscribe to our Monday Minute for the latest Cornerstone carrier and industry updates. Okay. Earn up to $7,000 with Cornerstone's cash incentive program. Earn more when you sell more for all group and individual business sold between January 1st and December 31st of this year. And this will bring you closer to a $7,000 cash prize. Check it out on our website. And then another public service announcement from us. As an ASP broker, that means agency services broker, you're the pilot of your business and we're your flight crew. The agency services program is designed to help you make a plan for your business, your clients, and your family, no matter the situation. And among the services provided are Autopilot, which is the client referral program, Parachute, it's succession planning, and a Flight Plan, which is retirement assistance. And you can check that out on our website. And we're going to go over to Anthem, and Kathy Shiplett is kind of our moderator, our MC, and she's going to introduce our guests who are going to go over their wares, their tools and their area of expertise. So Kathy, take it away.
Thank you, Geoff. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. This time together is going to be jam-packed with information that we hope is going to be very beneficial to you, talking about how the ACA flow goes on Health Sherpa. For On Exchange, we're also going to go through how to set up an Agent Connect site, searching for formulary, information like that on the producer toolbox. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Jeree Hunter. Jeree and Ben Curtis both join us today from our system and program support team, and they're going to be taking us through a lot of information. So Jeree, if you want to go ahead.
Drew, we see your screen. Thank you. Yes, we see your screen.
How do I minimize this? Sorry, it keeps.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Is that you? Is that you can minimize this?
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, now we see it.
Okay.
I think you can drag your screen down a little bit at the bottom.
This one?
If you want, there over in the right-hand corner, there's looks like a wine glass. You can kind of open that up. The lower right-hand corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Click on that. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Are you all still able to see this thing here? Or is
Oh
this
yeah,
just
we see it. We see it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. We can see your screen. It looks good.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if you could see this little tab thing that was here too for the thing, but that's fine. Okay. Hello everyone. Good morning. So today we're going to be going over the ACA Affordable Care Act on exchange flow using our enhanced direct enrollment flow. Enhanced direct enrollment is the vendor that we use for Health Sherpa. So just quickly, what is the enhanced direct enrollment flow? It is, we use Health Sherpa, which eliminates the need for us to go to healthcare.gov directly. So healthcare.gov is a little complicated if any of you all have done it before. Health Sherpa, it's not as clean, and this using the enhanced direct flow actually keeps you in the loop with Anthem, and it will keep showing only the Anthem products that's listed. So also on Health Sherpa, what you'll be able to do is you can create quotes and email those quotes to the applicants. You can complete and submit the application on the client's behalf. You can report and make changes to those applications. You can make the first premium payment and upload proof documentation if that is required by the marketplace, and also access any marketplace notices and tax forms. So then you're going to start the same way that we always do. So you're going to log into the producer toolbox. You're going to select the individual tab. And then after you select your state, you're going to select the Affordable Care Act. So this is different from the AEC flow that we did last time. I do want to call out here is to actually go into the Health Sherpa's plans to view the on-exchange products. You're going to select the marketplace. If you want to just view the off-exchange plans, which are identical to our on-exchange plans, but they won't go through the CMS FFM process, you can select the all plans. And you can also do this if you just want to quote individual dental or vision. So if you select the all plans option, it's going to take you through our actual agent toolkit section where you're going to remain on Anthem, and then you'll be doing the off exchange products, which will not go to the marketplace. So again, if you want to do an on exchange where if they qualify for a subsidy and you want to get those subsidy credits, you want to make sure you select the marketplace tab here. So after you selected the Affordable Care Act and you're applying for the marketplace, you're going to select create quotes. And then from here, you're going to be redirected to our Health Sherpa login. So if you do not have an existing login, or if you have an existing Health Sherpa login, you can log in with your email address and password. If you don't have one, all you need to do is scroll down to the bottom and select create an account. And all you need to enter in to set up is your email address and password, and then you can hit setup. So once you get logged in, you'll be taken to the Health Sherpa dashboard. Again, we want it to be as seamless as possible, so there's not really anything that's going to direct that lets you know that you're on Health Sherpa. We still have all of our Anthem branding here. You'll still be able to view all your Anthem products and only see Anthem plans, but we just want to let you know that this is what this section is here, is using Health Sherpa. So from here, you'll be able to start an application. You can search the marketplace, or you can create a quote that you can email to your client, or if you have any existing applications out here, you'll be able to see this on this dashboard as well. So for this section here, we're going to go ahead and start an application. So once you start an application, it's going to require you to search using the member's first, last name, date of birth, and the state they're in. And you're also going to mark that you do have permission to do the application on the client's behalf. And then you'll search the marketplace. So if they have an existing application that was done, either if they've done it on their own or if they did it through another broker, you can search for that application. And if you need to continue it, you'll see it here. If they have an existing application, and then you can either view that application, or if you want to start a new application, you can create a new application. But the majority of your applications, there shouldn't be an existing current application. So when you do this search, it's not going to search for something that they've already had and been enrolled. It's going to search for any in progress applications. So for most scenarios, you're going to get a no results found, and you're going to go ahead and create a new application. So after you've created the application, you're going to do the agent attestation here, just again saying you have permission to work on the client's behalf, do the application for them. And then you're going to hit continue, and it's going to take you to enter in that primary applicant's information. So it's going to ask for their name, date of birth, their gender, their social security number. This is optional. If you have it, I'll go ahead and enter it here, but because it is going to ask you again, and I think it just helps effectuate the process if you do have it. So you'll go ahead and enter that, and then you'll hit continue. And then you'll be redirected to the home contacts billing address information. So it asks for their email, their permanent address, or if they have a separate billing address, they'll be able to enter that as well. So then the next section is going to take you to is the contact details. So it's going to ask for their email address, their phone number. If you want to add multiple phone numbers, you can do that. So you can also select whether or not you want to go paperless. And then if they have any language preferences, you can enter that in this section here. So once you hit continue, you'll be taken to the household information, and this is the section where you can actually add a spouse and dependent. So again, it's going to ask who's applying for coverage. Do you have anybody else that wants to apply for coverage? If you do, you can select either the add spouse or add another person for a dependent, and you can add as many as you need for that application. Once you're ready to continue, you'll be taken to the tax information section. It'll just ask whether or not they're married, if they filed income for those taxes, etc. I do want to call out too that these screens, the questions are interactive, so they're going to change based off of how the previous questions was answered. So I didn't want to get specific screenshots of every single thing because you may see something different based off of how you answered a specific question. So they do change interactively based off of those answers. So after you enter the tax information, you're going to hit continue. That's going to ask if there's any additional relationships, such as if anyone living with them is under the age of 19. This is a perfect example of a screen here that it's going to change. It's going to give you a list of questions, so it can ask you, I think, up to 12 questions, or it can ask you 3 questions depending on how you answer these. So again, this is one right now. It's only showing 1, but depending on how you answer these, it's going to give you pop-ups to answer you additional questions based off of those answers. So once you've done the additional relationship information, it's going to take you to the applicant's eligibility section, which is going to ask whether there's tobacco use, whether they're a U.S. citizen, have they been incarcerated, etc. Just answer these questions to the best of your knowledge based off of what the applicant's giving you. If there's anything you would decline to answer, you can enter that here as well. I also want to call out too, if there's anything that's specifically optional, it will say optional. If it doesn't say optional, it is required to have some answer. But also, if you're not sure, if you hit continue, it will give you a red pop-up just to let you know what needs to be filled in before you can continue. Also want to call out too that there are lots of tooltips. So the little question mark that has a little circle around it. So if there's something you're not sure about the naturalized citizen, I personally never know what that means. It will give you a detailed explanation of what that means and how you should, to help give you a better answer for those as well. So once it finishes asking for the applicant information, you're going to be taken to the income section. I do want to call out that it is very important that if you're entering any kind of income, such as their current job information, their growth, their income, you want to make sure that you save anything that you're entering. If you do not save, you will lose that information. So once you hit save, you will have the opportunity to edit it, and you can make changes if you need to, but there isn't anything that specifically calls out that you need to save it or it will automatically save. So I just want to let you know that for this income section here, just make sure you hit the save button. Once you've done that, it's going to ask for any kind of deductions that you may enter, and it's just going to verify the income that you've entered here previously in the income section as well. So once you continue, it's going to ask for any additional questions. These are going to be if anyone is eligible for any kind of disability benefits, etc. These, again, like I said, if they're optional, you don't have to answer these questions, but if you choose to, you can answer those as well. Then it will take you to their existing coverage. So this question is, again, going to be required. You're just going to say who's enrolled in the coverage. If there's multiple people, it'll also ask for their information as well. If they were enrolled in any previous coverage. So once you filled out the existing coverage information, you'll be taken to the employer-sponsored coverage section as well. So once you hit continue, you'll be taken to the qualifying event section. So these screens are going to be different based off of the enrollment period. So this is the screen that you're going to see if it's during a special enrollment period, which just means outside of open enrollment. So if they qualify for a enrollment, a qualifying event, they'll be able to select that option here, what the qualifying event is. And again, once you select this tab, it's going to give you a drop up to ask additional information. For example, if it's loss of coverage, it's going to ask you who lost the coverage, what the dates were. If there's a change of a household information, it's going to ask for that address. So again, these are interactive based off of what you're selecting and the information that you're entering. If it's during open enrollment, open enrollment period, you'll actually see this screen because everyone should qualify for coverage during open enrollment. It'll still ask if there's any reported changes. Just to keep track of that information, you can list that here, but this is the screen that you'll see during open enrollment. So once you've done that, you'll be able to find out the application. So all these tabs here are the tabs that we actually went through in the previous screen. So you can click and edit as you need to based off of these sections here. And then you'll also see the information that you entered. So the screen that this will show will be all this information will be once you scroll down. And if there's any specific section you need to edit, you'll just hit the edit button here, and then you can make those changes if needed. You can also print the application as well from this section. So once you've reviewed and made any appropriate changes to the application, you'll be taken to the agreement section. So you'll just want to, in the tax attestation, so you'll just answer those again, whether you agree or disagree, and then answer the tax attestation questions before you hit continue. After you've done that, you're going to be ready to sign and submit the application. So from here, you're going to select whether or not you agree or disagree. And when you enter in the name, it will have the name listed how it's entered on the application. You will need to key in the name exactly how it's listed here. So be careful if there's any spaces or hyphens or anything. You want to make sure to include that in this section here as well. So once you've e-signed that primary applicant's name here, so again, this is not your name as the broker. This will be the primary applicant's name. Once you've entered that primary name, you hit continue. It'll give you requesting eligibility results from the health marketplace, and then it will give you those eligibility results listed here. So it'll show whether or not what their name is. It'll show if there's any required information, what needs to be done by that specific date. If they qualify for any tax credits, that'll be listed here. And you will have to download the eligibility letter before you can continue. So it will not let you choose a marketplace plan, which will be our next step, until you download the eligibility letter. So once you've downloaded that and printed it off and given it to the client, you'll be able to choose your marketplace plan. And you can also, in this section, edit the application if there's something that you needed to do, such as they decide they want to add another dependent or make any other changes. You can have an opportunity to do that here as well. So once you've chosen you're ready to choose a plan. So what you'll do is you'll select a plan, you'll add it to your cart, you'll need to confirm and apply the changes, and then you'll enroll in the plan. So here on this screen, this will be a plan selection screen. You'll be able to see what the monthly premium is. If they have tax credits, that will be included here in this monthly premium. I'm going to have the star ratings. You'll be able to view the plan details. You can search for doctors, benefits, drugs. You can also filter. If you need to filter here, you can just drag this button here based off any premium, deductible. If there's a specific doctor or network you want to search for, if there's any prescriptions that are covered under specific plans, you can filter those as here as well. And it'll also give you the option to do dental as well if it is available. You can select a dental here. You can also filter based off of premium as well. So once you're ready to select a plan, so you'll do whatever the plan is, you'll add it to your cart, and your cart will just confirm the changes. You'll select apply these changes. It'll give you one last opportunity to verify what you selected, and then you'll just select you've enroll in this plan. This will also list all the applicants as well. If there's multiple people, it'll list who is eligible in the application as well. So once you hit the enroll in the plan, congratulations, you're now enrolled. So it's going to give you steps on what you need to do now. So you can either make the first premium payments. If there's any required documentation that's needed, it'll be listed here. And then you can also do all these changes from the Anthem, from the Health Sherpa dashboard. So once you're ready and you've confirmed the premium, you're going to go back to the dashboard. And again, it's going to pull up that application. So it'll list the primary applicant's name here. If there's any follow-up actions that are needed, such as if they need to pay the premium, you can do that. If they need to verify the income, if you click this button, it's going to bring up a pop-up, which you'll be able to upload the proof documentation. You can verify the citizenship, or anything that's needed here in this section will be listed in order for them to get enrolled. You can also make changes. You can view the application. If there's any changes, again, you can edit that as well. If there's any dependents that need to be added or removed, or if you want to change address, billing information, you can do all that information here as well. And if you scroll down, you can also pay the premium not only here, but you can pay the premium down here as well. And you can change the plan or cancel the plan if you choose. Any questions on what we went over? I know that's a lot more lengthy than the AEC AEC application, but that is the information that is required by CMS. But if there's any questions of that, anything that I've went over today.
Great job, Jerry. At this stage, I don't see any questions. I do have a personal question. Like with some of the platforms out there, you're able to retrieve a client's 1095. Are you able to do that with this platform?
With Health Sherpa, I will have to confirm that to see. I do know that you are able to download tax forms, but a specific 1095, I'm not sure which tax forms you can download, so I'll have to confirm and I can get back with you on that.
Okay, great, because you know, I've seen that available on some of the platforms. Oh, great.
Right.
And then, yeah, we did have a answer to that. Actually, somebody, thanks, Geoff. Let me open this up. Questions. Why is this not? The answer to 1095 is yes. So thank you, Geoff. Thank you,
Okay,
Geoff.
sweet.
So he's had experience with that. Let's see if I
Good.
got some more questions in here.
Like I said, I know you can download tax forms, but I didn't know what specific ones, and I personally don't even know what a 1095 is. So.
Oh, well, you know, 1095 is critical. It's your proof that you've got the Obamacare, and
Okay.
there's various types of 1095. So it's essential in completing your taxes. Okay, are there any more questions? Let's see. Okay, and then what is your phone number, Jerry? Can you provide your phone number?
My phone number? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can put it in chat. It's 502
Mm-hmm.
443 3481.
Okay, great. Thank you, Steve.
I would like to comment on that. Please don't call Jerry directly for questions. Those can be filtered through Geoff and myself.
Right,
Thank you.
right. So feel free to contact us first, and in many cases, we might be able to answer your questions too. So any more questions on that? Let's toss things over to Ben. Okay, and through the magic of technology, I'll try to pull this up. Okay. Ben, you're on mute. We're going to toss things to Ben. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Ben Curtis. I know we're short on time. We've got 7 minutes. So I'm going to...
take your time.
Yeah? Take my time? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
let's try to get through...
We go over a little bit. It's not a hard stop, so.
Okay. Well, hey, what I've got coming up, pretty interesting. I'm going to show you how to do a little microsite through Agent Connect, and I'm going to show you how to navigate the formulary and how to look up a pharmacy to see if it's in network. So can you all see my screen with Producer Toolbox here?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So this is just the homepage for Producer Toolbox. And to create an Agent Connect site, we're just going to go here to Tools and Resources and Agent Connect. It's right there up top. If you have any previous sites that you've made, they'll be here. And you can see what you've written in as a description. But for this example, we're just going to click Create New Site. And you'll want to name it. And like I said, this is what's going to show up. So we'll just do individual here since that's what we're focusing on. And then the next row is the actual URL that will be used. So we'll just do Ohio individual here. And then you'll want to do a brief description for yourself. And then at the bottom, this part is critical. So you want to make sure that you select the proper states. You can do all states, and this will be filtered based upon where you're licensed. We'll just do Ohio for now. And then these will pre-fill based upon who your paid agent is and parent agency and writing agent. So then down here at the bottom, these, if you are not licensed or appointed with Anthem for small group or Medicare individual, these will be grayed out based upon your individual login. So for this example, we're just going to do individual, and we're going to click create website, and that is it. That is literally the whole process to get you a microsite created. And let me show you what that looks like once you select that. And is it showing the direct sales link here, or is it still on the previous page? Because
It shows your direct sales link.
okay, great.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah,
Can you
and so
put a
this is it.
logo in
So
there maybe, or kind of jazz it up?
well, it depends on how your profile is set up. So as you
Okay.
can see, everything, this is our demo site, our demo login. So,
Mm-hmm.
your NPN will show here, your name, your phone number. I think a picture will show up here if you have one uploaded,
Mm-hmm.
and they can contact you through this link. And then just right down here, it just drops you right into it. I mean, you can quote for ACA. You probably recognize this screen from what Jerry showed you in his demo. I mean, it takes them directly to this.
How would someone quote off exchange?
You just go, I think you just do the all
All
plans.
plans. Okay.
Yeah.
All plans.
And then, I mean, it just drops them right. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
It just drops them right into the quote process here.
Okay.
It's that easy. And you can create a bunch of these. So if you have specific, I don't know, networking groups that you're a part of, and you want to create a link just for that for tracking purposes, you can do that. You just want to do all of it through that Agent Connect link back here, and it's really easy. Any questions on that? Do you want to see me edit one real fast so you can see what that looks like?
Yeah.
It just takes you back to this page.
Okay.
And now, so it does lock in the URL. Okay, so if you wanted to edit, you can't change the URL name because it does lock that in. Just, there can't be duplicates. So, but you could go back in and you could switch it. You can add Medicare and small group on there too if you wanted to. It's really cool. And all you do is I would just copy this link and I would just have it saved in, your notes or your OneDrive somewhere. And if someone hits you up for a quote, I would just fire that link over to them. Because what this does is it makes sure that you, the broker, are specifically listed on this quote. There's nowhere for them to get lost in there. So this
question,
is,
how would you integrate that with maybe an agency website?
If you'd have to send it to your webmaster, and basically what they would do, I'm just thinking back to, so I used Bluehost when I was a broker. So, you would just go to like your health page and you could add just like a text box, like click here for a quote, and it would fire them right in here. And if you wanted to get really specific, you could have, if you wanted to offer the option for them to quote short-term medical on your site too, you could make it, you basically just embed that link behind the text, and your webmaster can do that.
Okay.
Or you can do it yourself if you're managing your own website. It's honestly really easy to do. You just take this link and you just send it to them. Just tell them exactly what you want, and they embed it, and you're good to go.
And I guess by the same token, you could probably include that in your email signature, or
You
for that
100%
matter,
could.
LinkedIn or something like that. A real powerful social media tool like that. Some guys are on TikTok,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very powerful tool. It helps you link your agency site, and look for potential customers and prospects and that sort of thing. So very powerful
if you had a little association of like independent electricians that weren't part of the IBEW, and they were looking for just an easy way to send out some bulk mailers to their members that are looking for health insurance quotes when open enrollment comes around. This would be a really easy way for them to send out the link, and it all ties back to you.
Brilliant. Everybody's looking for an easy button.
Yeah, I like the easy button.
Everybody likes that easy button.
It's a completely self-serve tool, so the broker doesn't need to do anything. He'll still get credit for that application. It's completely self-service.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
I got a good question here. Do you have a moment for a question?
Sure.
Okay. The AC. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit to the AEC. So the AEC plans. Well, this is a little bit off topic, but let's just fire away. The AEC plans have had a lot of commission issues where the agent isn't connected. Has that been cleared up? And I can address that if you guys haven't?
Well, we have enhancements that are going in that should help alleviate. So that the issue is that the consumers are actually dropping off when they're actually searching for a provider. It takes them directly to the shopper portal site. So in that flow, if they need to search for a doctor or pharmacy or whatever that needs, they're taken out of that broker application flow and they're dropped off directly to the shopper portal site. And then if for whatever reason they don't know how to get back to that application, they just start the quote and complete it there, and that's how the brokers are falling off. So the best workaround for that for now is, I think we had provider service on our last session on how to find a doctor, is if you help that consumer on the front end search for that doctor, there wouldn't be any need for them to go search for that doctor, and it'll keep them whole in that application flow. But we do have enhancements. Actually, we just sent those over to our leadership to see which ones we can get approved in Monday. So we should help remove that scenario to keep the broker in that application for the entire flow. Even if they decide to find a doctor, we have enhancements that could hopefully keep them in that broker flow so that that broker doesn't fall off. But for now, I think the easiest way is to just help that consumer on the front end, and that'll keep them in the attic.
Hey, Geoff, this is Nancy Kazanko. So if there are any brokers that do not see applications in their producer toolbox for ACA or AEC applications, they need to reach out to you. Of course, you're going to come back to Kathy Vincerai, depending on who the broker is. We need member name, application ID, because of course they won't see the unique member ID if they're not in the toolbox, date of birth, address, and then whether it's an ACA or an AEC policy, and ideally effective date, because we can get back in the system and see if that information is on any of the annotated pages of the application that's been imaged prior to the time that we would actually need to request an AOR letter. Of course, if it's on exchange, the only way to get a broker added is circling back through the FFM.
Great. Thank you so much for that helpful
You
tip,
actually need
Nancy.
to know about those sooner versus later so they can be
Right.
investigated.
Yes.
And I would like to add here too, because I know that this was a topic certainly for 1-1. We have, as Jury had indicated, we've got some processes that have been identified. There's been a lot of work by this team and our tech support team in identifying where this is happening. And a lot of the information that you have provided to us, Geoff, was very helpful in giving us the examples so that it could be researched. And we have been working to make sure that everything is streamlined so that is not happening. But certainly, as Nancy mentioned, if you do see that happening, reach out to Geoff right away. Because we are continuing to monitor this, but we believe that we have identified where the broker is falling off on some of these, and we're taking steps to rectify that.
Okay, great, Kathy. And broker asks, can you list the data items needed to search for missing clients? So to reiterate what Nancy was talking about.
If they're providing the information for us to research it, we would need
Yes.
the name. If they have the application ID, their date of birth and address. We always need 2 additional identifying pieces of PHI. So the date of birth and address would suffice for that, so that we can go in and have that researched.
And of course, the broker NPN.
Correct, exactly, yes,
Always
thank you.
include the NPN.
Yep.
For the application ID, I think it's listed for the consumer and broker as application control number or ACN.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jerry. Well, that was very helpful. Yeah, that wraps up things, I believe. Were there any additional topics that we wanted to discuss today? Any final thoughts as we close out? Looks like most of the questions, I think all the questions have been answered at this stage. So, Kathy, any final thoughts on behalf of your team?
I just appreciate everybody joining us this morning. If you have any requests for additional trainings, we would be happy to set that up with Geoff. I think our training team here is doing a fantastic job walking us through some of the products and the programs and systems that we have. So we want to use them to the fullest. So if you have any suggestions or requests of things that you would like to see in the future, please just let us know.
Okay, thank you so much, Kathy.
Especially on
Oh.
Producer Toolbox. There's so much that you can do in Producer Toolbox that might be hidden or you might not know about. If you all want to do a deep dive on Producer Toolbox and all the tools that are available in there and some of the other trainings and whatever, that we would be definitely game to give you a full tour of the Producer Toolbox.
Thanks, man. That was very helpful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And everybody will get a copy of the presentation sent out to you. Everybody have a great day.